Sound the alarm, babies, because it is Friday. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's time to trivia. I'm your host with the ghost, Timothy Dunn. Oh, hey, look, that's my Twitter handle on the screen. After the game, come say hi on Twitter if you want. We talk about the questions, about who got stumped by which ones, you know. It's a whole community experience, and you are cordially invited. You don't do Twitter, you say? Well, that's okay. You probably have a much richer, fuller life than me. But I'm also on Instagram, too. If you want to come say hi over there on Instagram, I'm Tim Dunn Him Fun. You know, Tim Dunn Him Fun. My last name is Dunn. People know that, right? Anyway, and just in case you accidentally stumbled upon us today, hi, how are you? This is one2win Trivia, and I am so glad to be here with you today. Today, February 4th, 2022. Happy birthday, Anna. It's Anna's birthday today. It's also National Bubblegum Day. But who cares? It's also National Thank a Mail Carrier Day. Oh, that's nice. Go ahead and thank your mail carrier. Thanks to all the mail carriers playing. Today is also National Homemade Soup Day. Are you kidding me? Because I made the New York Times root vegetable soup last night. And it was so good that this is the only picture I got of it. Take a look at this. Roll that beautiful soup footage. It was so good even before I pureed everything together. I highly recommend it. It was my first time cooking with a rutabaga. I made it this far in life without even knowing what a rutabaga looked like, and I cooked one and it was delicious. But the reason I made this soup, and the real reason that I'm celebrating today, is because it's my handsome, wonderful, smart, funny, and charming boyfriend Gary's birthday tomorrow, and we're celebrating all weekend. Let's see some pics of the two of us. Oh, come on. Here are some adorable pics. He's playing today, so everyone, please wish Gary a very happy birthday as well. I love him with every fiber of my being, and I'm proud of him every single day, even if he's only one to win one single time. But, you know, maybe today's the day for him to win the big bucks. I'm crossing my fingers for Anna and Gary today, but how many big bucks can you win today, Tim? Everyone asks me. Well, let's go ahead and play for a prize pot of $50 today, split three ways. 25 bucks going to our first place winner, $15 going to our second place winner, and $10 for the bronze. Got to admit, those are some good prize amounts. You got to admit it. But how do you win at the money? How do you win at the money? Well, put your listening ears on, because here's how we play one2win Trivia. In just 1 second, I'm going to be asking you 12 general knowledge trivia questions, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds to tap on the answer that you think is correct. If you tap wrong, no big deal. You can change your answer within the 10-second window we give you. The more questions you get right and the faster you do it, the closer you will be to winning our top prize. And remember, in this game, there is no elimination. So if you get something wrong, don't worry. You keep playing. There's also no penalty for guessing. Time is of the essence in this game because prizes will be awarded to the players who get the most amount of questions right in the least amount of time. That makes sense, doesn't it? I hope it does. Okay, it's time to play. Let's all just take a big old deep breath. Let's focus. Let's go with our gut today. You can change your answer if you want within the 10-second window, and who knows? Maybe you'll be our big winner today. Maybe today is your day to be our first place winner. Maybe Gary's going to win today. Maybe Anna's going to win today. Who knows? Anything is possible. If you're ready to play, type I believe into the chat. I believe in you. I believe in Gary. I believe in Anna. I believe in Mega Mommy. I believe in Gummy Nuggets. Gummy Nuggets, I saw you in there. I saw Ann Bits. I saw Dr. Pep 77. You gotta love a Dr. Pep. All right, I see some I believes in there. I see some maybes. I don't know. I believe in Gary as well. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we have a really fun game for you today. It's going to be great. Thanks so much for being here. Happy birthday to my sweet boyfriend and to Anna. And heck, will you look at that? It's already time for question one. Good luck, friends. Here we go. Question one. Question one. What is the freezing point of water? Is it negative 20 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius, or 32 degrees Celsius? Tap on the answer on your screen. Oh, man, it's freezing outside today. Wherever I am, we had a big old ice storm and a bunch of snow. but we use Fahrenheit, so this might be a little tricky for some of y'all. The correct freezing point of water is 0 degrees C. It's 32 degrees F. And we had 7 of you. We got 70 on that one. But that's just a kind of a simple question to get you going, show you how we play. Let's move on to Q2. Q2, what can Q2 do for you? Here we go. Q2, which of these words can be used as both an adjective and a verb? Demand, detail, or exact? Tap on the answer on your screen. That's time right there. Now, here's a simple question for all the word nerds out there. Word nerds, do you think I forgot about you? Come on, I never would. Now, all 3 options here are verbs, but only one of them is an adjective as well. Which one is it, Tim? Which one? I hear y'all screaming at your phones. Well, there's not too much to detail here. It's pretty straightforward. The only adjective amongst the options we gave you is exact. That's our right answer. Looks like exactly 40 of you got it right. Great job. Now that y'all know how the game works, let's keep on playing. We lost a bunch of you there. We lost a bunch of you, and it's only Q2. But guess what? We can keep on playing. Here, let's move on to Q3, huh? Q3. Who recently acquired the viral online game Wordle? Is it Microsoft, Sony, or the New York Times? Woo! Do you Wordle? Do you love to Wordle? Are you a Wordle nerdle? They should use Wordle nerdle. No, they shouldn't. Now, it's been a pretty wild month in the games industry with some of the biggest gaming companies being acquired by some other like behemoths. You know, we already talked about the Activision Blizzard being acquired by Microsoft. And this very week, Sony went and acquired Bungie, which was actually the creator of the Microsoft-published Halo saga. Just billionaires fighting with each other with buckets full of cash. You know what I mean? But Wordle, the online sensation that's taken the world by storm, I got a Sinquirtle today. That's what I call it when you get 5. Get it in 5 guesses. But Wordle was also acquired this week by what seems to be an unlikely candidate, the New York Times. Yeah, don't ask me. You know, and don't ask me what my login is either. Okay, New York Times. I don't need your paywall. But 71 one2winners can afford the paywall now because you got Q3 right. Right would be a good Wordle starting word. Okay, let's move on to Q4. Q4. Which musical instrument does not typically have 4 strings? Cello, mandolin, or viola? Stringed instruments. Do you love stringed instruments? Now, you probably already know that the standard bass has 4 strings. But what about these 3 options? Well, the cello and the viola have a lot in common. Like, for example, the fact that they'd be in an orchestra. You'd be likely to find them in an orchestra. And the other thing they have in common is that they each indeed have 4 strings, leaving the mandolin as the odd instrument out. Now, the mandolin has 4 pairs of strings for a grand total of, that's right, 8 strings. All right, and on question 4, 52 one2winners tapped correctly. Tapping your shoes along to a little mandolin music. That's what I'm going to do later. Put on some mandolin music and have a nice cup of bone broth. I don't know. No, I won't. Let's move on to Q5. Q5. In technology, what does the C in LCD stand for? Calibrated, color, or crystal? The C in LCD. That's the time right there. So whether you know it or not, which I'm sure you do, you've likely seen a bunch of LCDs in your life. They're one of the cheapest screen types. You know, so if your microwave tells time, it most likely does so with an LCD, or your watch, unless you're a fan of the old analog, that is. So what does it stand for? The D stands for display. That much we could deduce. But LC stands for the type of material that are used to build them. Liquid crystals. In an alternate universe, these would be called mesophase displays. Anyway, looks like we've got 74 techies in the house. Moving right along to question 6. Question 6, the halfway mark. You feeling all right? Let's do a little halfway check-in. Hands up if you're feeling good. Let's see some hands in the chat. Okay, Q6. What superhero's name is spelled with a hyphen? Is it Superman, Spider-Man, or neither? Which superhero's name is spelled with a hyphen? Superhero trivia. Who's your favorite superhero? Do you have let me see in the chat. Let's get a little. Who's your favorite superhero? I want to see it in the chat. I'm the host, so I get to boss you around. Just kidding. Anyway, have you been paying attention to the names? How these names are canonically spelled? Because yes, indeed, one of them uses a hyphen to separate both words. If you typed on neither, well, sorry, that's not right. It actually turns out there's a reason for the hyphen. According to a 2010 tweet from Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man, his official name has a hyphen for the very simple reason that he didn't want anyone to confuse him with Superman. Fair enough. I guess looks like 47 of you got this one right. And speaking of confusion, question 7 is here. The question of confusion, Q7. Here we go. Q7. What city in the United States was the nickname Brick City originally coined for? Newark, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Rochester, New York? Brick City originally coined for, that's time. So Brick City is a nickname for a couple different things, okay? So that's going to get a little tricky. One of them being the Rochester Institute of Technology, but it's not actually used to refer to Rochester itself, so we can rule out Rochester. And although Philly was originally made with plenty of bricks, it was in fact one of the USA's brick-making powerhouses for plenty years. Philadelphia is actually known as the city of sisterly love as of just 2 years ago. So the brick city we were looking for is right in New York City's backyard, baby. Newark, New Jersey. You ever been to Newark, New Jersey? I have. Let's move on to Q8 before I say something that might hurt people's feelings. Just kidding. Newark is fine. Newark is fine. Cities are fine. All cities are disgusting, right? I live in New York City, which is like one big sewer. So I can't make fun of other cities. Okay, let's move on to Q8. I did not know this one, so heads up. Q8. Which of the following consoles was released most recently? The Xbox 360S, the Xbox One X, or the Xbox Series S? Woo! This is going to be a tricky one. So Microsoft has been widely criticized for their extremely confusing names they've been giving their gaming systems lately, and for good reason, if you ask me. Can you believe that the Xbox One came out after the Xbox 360, which came out after the Xbox? The whole thing has been pretty awkward, to say the least. So you'd be forgiven for thinking the Series S is an upgrade to the original Xbox, but nope. It's actually the cheaper version of the latest Xbox released in the late 2020, which means it is our correct answer. 53 one-to-winners got that one right. 22 of you thought the Xbox One X. That could have been made up as far as I'm concerned. All of these sound kind of made up for me. I do not play games. The last gaming system I had legitimately was like the original Nintendo in the 80s. So do your math. I'm only 25 years old, but I was born in the 80s. I made a deal with a witch. And now I'm eternal. Just kidding. Okay, let's move on to Q9. Q9. Which of the following snacks is not produced by the same company as the other two? Milky Way, M&M's, or Smarties? Which one is not produced by the same company as the other two? That's time right there. We're talking about snacks. It's a snack question. My favorite thing is snacks. Okay, so you probably know different brands of snacks. Do you know they're actually made by the same company, most of them? Like Pringles, Special K, All Brand. Those are all made by Kellogg's, okay? And there's also the case for two of the options we've given you here. The company in question is Mars Incorporated. They make a ridiculous amount of products from Mars bars to Snickers, and they're also responsible for Milky Way bars and M&M's. If you tapped on Milky Way, maybe you got them mixed up with Milky Bars, because Nestle makes Milky Bars as well as Smarties, babies, which is the answer we are looking for. We've got 42 Smarties on Q9. See, 22 of you thought M&M's. 17 thought Milky Way. And I would say that those answers are wrong. Let's keep it moving to Q10. Q10, ooh, this is a good one. Which of these kinds of oil is not vegan? Castor oil, palm oil, or train oil? Which of these oils is not vegan? Now, if you're vegan, you know this. And if you're vegan, we know you're vegan because vegans love telling people they're vegan. And here is our slick question of the day. Hold for applause. Hold for applause. Thank you. Sorry, not sorry. Do you know how many types of oil exist? Let me tell you, there's like a whole lot of oils. Okay, and that's only counting the edible ones. So let's get all oiled up and get down to brass tacks. Our first option is castor oil. And although castor means beaver in Spanish, I did not know that. This oil is definitely not extracted from beavers. I should hope not, but from castor beans. So that one is vegan. Then we've got palm oil, which is super controversial because many environmentalists say that the impact of palm oil is too great. So many vegans also try to avoid palm oil, but it's extracted from oil palm tree. So technically it is vegan. So by the process of elimination, that leaves train oil as our correct non-vegan option. It's also more widely known as whale oil, which is gross. So that tells you everything you need to know about that one. Whale oil? Ooh. I mean, I guess they're all gross. Life is disgusting. You know what I mean? Life is disgusting and we're all gross. So let's move on to Q11. Q11. Which of these cat breeds is not named after a country? Tap on the answer of the cat that is not named after a country. It's an image question. It's an image question. Did you tap on a cat? Do you like tapping on cats? Do you have a cat? Then you definitely got to pay the cat tax. Go on Twitter and tweet us pictures of your cats. Please. I'm begging you, please. On my knees. The internet loves cats, and so do we. Anyway, I sure hope you know your cat breeds because that knowledge would net you 1 point on this question. Here, clockwise from the top left, we've got the Japanese bobtail. Next to him, we got the Egyptian Mao. Below that, the Brazilian short hair. And the bottom left, Ojos Azules. And while Ojos Azules is a name in another language, it doesn't contain the country's name. It just means blue eyes in Spanish. Ever heard of it? It's this one right here. Did you get it right? Well, 11 of you are happily purring away on Q11. 11 of you. 11 of you? 11 of you. We're all going to turn you into oils. Congrats if you got that one right. 11 people got that one right. That's a savage question, another game would say. But we're going to move on to our final Q of the do, and it's Q12. U12, here we go. Out of these three, which country successfully launched their first satellite into space the earliest? India, Iran, or New Zealand? Which did it earliest? That's time. Here's our space question of the week. Can't go too long without talking about space, you know? Now brush up on your space facts because we're going to be asking a lot of space questions. So here's the question about space programs in history. Now, the very first country to ever launch a satellite was the Soviet Union, all the way back in 1957. And the U.S. followed suit just a few months after that. And the latest country to do it was New Zealand, just a little over 3 years ago. India beat Iran to it by almost 30 years in 1980. And so India is our final answer. 47 one-to-winners are heading straight to the moon. How do you feel? That's our game. That's all 12 Qs. We got 12 Qs. Anna said, what a disaster. Not on your birthday. No, Anna. No, let's see. I'm getting last. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Let's all put on our positive mental attitudes today. Go ahead and drop in the chat what place you think you came in. Gummy Nuggets said 10. See, that's why I love Gummy Nuggets. They're always there with a positive attitude. See, 4 out of 12, Yola. That's all right. 33, SJP 103. Jeremy said 71st. Oh, that's... Eugenius said 50. Eugenius? 50? What gives? Mrs. 12 said 30. I'm the weird Twitter girl, Gummy Nugget says. Anna, 83. Anna, no, that's last place. Not on your birthday. Listen, even if you did come in last place, Anna, your first place in my heart today. Cumpleaños feliz. All right, let's go ahead and see who our winners are. Dun, dun, dun. Congratulations to God. God taking the win today. The big old gold medal goes to God. We're giving it to God. 11 correct answers in 59.05 seconds. Ganar tiempo with 11 correct answers in 69.6 seconds. Nice. And CHFX with 11 correct answers in 69.75 seconds. Nice as well. Congratulations to all of our winners. Gary, congratulations, getting 54. 54th place. You were right. Congratulations, everyone, for playing. Because really, isn't like the whole point of this just to have fun? So, congrats to all of our winners, and congrats to you if you didn't get the number you thought. We're just doing it for fun. You know what I mean? If you didn't snag any prizes today, good news. We will be back doing this again next Friday and every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, I have a lot of fun doing this. I hope you have fun playing as well. And if you did, if you laughed or if you smiled, if you had a little moment of like, ay caramba today, I challenge you to take that little spark of happiness or joy that you now have and to go out into your life and to do something nice, to do something kind for someone else that you interact with. Because joy is not meant to be kept. Joy is meant to be shared. I've been Timothy Dunn this entire time. Thank you so much for playing. If no one else has told you this yet today, I love you. I'll see you all over on Twitter or in my sweet, sweet dreams. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye.